Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and tonight we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And oh my lord, the amount of problems that have happened with this particular campaign and getting things running. It's the end of February. I don't think we've played this since October or November. So yeah, it's gonna take some time to play catch up, make sure all the players are aware of what's going on. Because yeah, the world has been crazy.
Oh yeah, I definitely have no idea what is going on.
It's untraditional.
Right.
That is for sure. So I will say, that there is a whole playlist over on Nerdarchy that you can be able to go and watch the whole thing. If you have no idea where you're at and you want to, just go ahead and pause this one, go watch all of that, and then watch this when you're all caught up. Go for it. Before I go too far, this game is sponsored by our friends over at Easy Roller Dice. Whether it's your first set of dice or your 1 million set of dice, Easy Roller Dice for all your dice rolling needs. You can drop down in the description below, find a coupon code for 20% off your first purchase, as well as a link to their site. They got awesome dice. I love them. Go check them out. Without further ado, I'm not even going to attempt to, throw it to a player and have them describe what happened last time, because I don't want to torture anybody. So in our last session, we actually didn't even play D&D. We played a familiar problem, the one-shot, one-page RPG written by Critical Role that was available as a free RPG day kind of thing. And we're trying to find an arcane tablet, one of the arcane vessels of power that they were looking for, the most actual portable of the arcane vessels. When one of the junkyard piles actually collapsed down on top of them, and before, they were trapped, all of them just kind of quickly conjured their familiar and had the familiars go off to try and help out the wizards. So we are ending with the familiars having returned with said tablet, as well as having helped pull them out of said debris. So we return to our regularly scheduled D&D game amidst the return of the
Well, I'm going to immediately cast Prestidigitation and dry myself off.
Okay.
Well, that was an adventure. Do we need to introduce ourselves as players and characters?
If you so desire, we can certainly do that. I will remind that the links to where you can find all of these amazing people are down in the description below. So since you brought it up, Asa, why don't you go first?
Well, I am Joshua, and I am a onomancer wizard.
You'll be playing Asa?
Yep. My character today is Asa. He is a high-level dog groomer. He's only been doing it for a while. I hope that's really relevant in this game. No, I play Joshua. They're a Tiefling onomancer wizard, and their familiar that we used in this last game was Penny Lane, and a gray cat, who was, I believe, one of the ones who poured water on Joshua's face. So that's me. Who else is everyone else?
Who are you throwing it to?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Carlos, because this is the first name I can read on the screen.
Okay. Well, everyone, I am Carlos Rivera. I run the Volcanic Knight YouTube channel where I help you to play like an adult, and I am playing Fox Fine Feather, a Order of the Peacock wizard, here to razzle dazzle you till your heart is content. And with that, I am definitely throwing it off to Robin, which is who's muted.
Yep, absolutely was. All right, so I am playing Cheselyn, Drow Bladesinger, who is just called Chess by the party and refuses to give them her full name because somebody here is a namer, and it's just generally not a good idea. Oh man, who was my familiar? I am pretty sure that it was like this little skeletal bat that actually houses the soul of that goblin that I accidentally ingested a while ago. And I do books. Who hasn't gone yet?
Jake.
Throw it over to Frag.
Frag is being played by a pixelated screen that's
right.
You know, in motion. We may or may not get Frag sometime during this stream. You know, life unfortunately got in the way, and you know, we decided to venture on without our favorite Fraginator.
Our only Fraginator.
Yeah, our only Fraginator.
Well,
He says, Frag says, "Don't you dare."
He's definitely in chat. He's definitely in chat. Yeah.
So, I'm Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and you may have noticed for the last 2 or 3 minutes I've had a very puzzled look on my face. And if you're in the audience, you've probably also noted some weird glitches with the stream. I think I got it all sorted out while we were doing the little intros there, Ted, and everybody else. We were dropping frames. We got disconnected from OBS at least twice. I don't know what was going on. It's all green lights right now. And I'm going to say, as the producer, I'm going to say what we always do on MTD. If for some reason we get completely disconnected because of technical difficulties, that we will continue to play the game, and I will make the VOD available to Ted so that you can get it uploaded on the Nerdarchy website. Everything seems to be straightened out right now. So let me close that fourth wall curtain. And I am playing Ordo Wonderbeard, a dwarven beardromancer who has one of the most glorious beards you will ever see in this realm or any other. And my familiar is somebody who sort of I was made aware of when we returned from what I believe was Avtok's favorite realm in the world, the Beard Dimension. The Beard Realm. So yeah, Mustachio was my little flying mustache familiar. And yeah, so that's me. I think everybody's gone now.
That is awesome. And yes, Avtok was terrified of the Beard Dimension and of your beardic power, your beardic might, if you will.
I can't understand why anybody would be afraid of a dimension based entirely in hair.
I do.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But Avtok sadly is no more, and you know has been replaced by another character. He is Carl, the fairy rune wizard, and he is apparently pretty quiet. His familiar did not actually get cast and did not join the group when you were sallying forth into all of that, because unfortunately I couldn't play with us that session either. So it is what it is. But the familiars return and they present up this tablet as they help pull you out of the rubble of all kinds of detritus, odds and ends. You name it, it's here. What do you do?
Well, like I said, the first thing I do is I just complain on how filthy I am and start cleaning myself up.
Press the digitation.
Ta-da! But I believe Joshua was doing the same as well.
Mm-hmm.
We all have these spells for a reason. We might as well use them.
I as Joshua's turning around, I take some prestidigitation magic, wipe your cheek a little bit, you missed a spot.
Nonsense. But thank you. I wish I had remembered what was going on, because I believe Josh was in the middle of an existential crisis of some sort. It's been so long. Gosh, I don't remember anything
I do not
anymore.
have any notes of an existential crisis for Joshua.
No. Well, we can make one up.
there are plenty of enough of things. I don't know why I'm looking at notes for that one.
Remember, he got blacked out drunk before coming on the last adventure.
That's right. Maybe he was just hungover.
Existential crisis, hangover, they're the same thing, right?
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Do you happen to have any, notes in your character at D&D Beyond that say, why you might be problems?
Yeah, I remember. He
It's
was
because
saying
of Avtalk.
Avtalk was a brain. Yeah.
It was the Avtalk thing. That's right. He's very upset because Avtalk he considered Avtalk to be a close friend, and then it was a brain, and it tried to kill them, and they had to kill him. He's sad about that. That's what it is.
That makes perfect sense.
I feel bad for making fun of you.
That and he is hungover because he got very drunk because he was so sad.
Yeah, I feel less bad. Still bad though.
All right.
Well, you guys are prestidigitating and whatever. Ordo is also getting cleaned up, but has cast Unseen Servant and is standing there as you see like a little valet brush just sort of dusting off his shoulders and kind of mending. I mean, yeah, I could cast mending, but I prefer my Unseen Servant to do the mending himself, as you see some little tears being mended. And
that's hilarious.
Nice.
You're standing in a pile of rubble. Most of it is valueless stuff. It's not even trinket level stuff. If you begin digging around, like you could find things of value and what have you, and you can see off in the distance numerous of these piles. You see these goblins that have on these leather vests with like lots of different like hooks and chains on them, with different bags, and they're rifling through, and stuff kind of flies in every which direction. Every once in a while you'll see them stuff an item into a bag. Overhead you can see these junkyard harpies flying around, observing everything that's going on. Standing in the distance, you see this massive, what looks like tower, but is in fact a giant arm that if you don't remember is actually you'd figure this out, but the arm of a giant mech or massive suit of armor from ages and ages long past, from when wizards actually fought dragons in these suits of armors. And it's one of the few relics of that age that actually still exists, and the harpies have found it, claimed it, and use it as just a crane to just move massive objects or large piles of things at a time.
Did we ever find what we were looking for? Some kind of tablet, I think.
So one of the familiars, I'll roll a d4 to see whose.
I have a note on my character sheet.
Yes, sir.
And you can tell me if this is what it was we were looking for. It says a glass tablet with alphanumeric characters. Or was that from previously?
No, that is the tablet that you're looking for.
Was this illusion based?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to make sense of my notes. My apologies.
The tablet of protection.
Oh no. Well, mine says charm of knowing.
Oh, the charm of knowing.
Ironically, because I don't know what it is.
The charm of knowing is a magic item.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Carry on.
But the the tablet, it's about yay big, which probably the two largest of the familiars are kind of like lugging it between them. But the mustache kind of like flutters around. I don't know if your familiar talks there, Jake or Ordo, but it kind of like gathers everybody's attention and points towards the the tablet that the familiars are holding.
It appears my Willie has something dragging across it.
I came in on the wrong spot.
Something being drugged across Carlos's Willie. What's the problem?
My familiar's name was Willie, remember?
Well, I think the
I
problem
was
is that
not there.
we're all wrong names.
Yeah.
No, I
Willie
wasn't
looks
even
like
around.
he's dragging something.
Well, go pick it up. I'm not going to touch your Willie.
At least not without consent.
Right.
Consent goes both ways, and in this case, I don't want to.
So I pick up the tablet. I believe this is what we're looking for, and I hand it over to Ordo.
Well, then we have found what we were looking for. What
Willie
next?
So go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Whoever wants to look at the tablet.
Oh. Went off. 19.
19. Looks like a tablet.
If it helps, I crit with a 27.
Were you also looking at it?
Indeed.
All right. So as you examine it, you look a little bit closer than what Ordo does. Perhaps Ordo is being distracted by the unseen servant that's there, dusting him off and mending his clothes. But he's like, "Yep, that's a tablet." Size and description of what was given to us. But Carlos, you look at it a little bit deeper, and you can instantly tell that there's arcane formula on it, and just ever so often it appears to move. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Thanks. Intelligence save. All right, that's not terrible. 15, 7, 22.
22. So you resist whatever it is that is kind of pulsing very subtly out of this. And in so doing, you realize that you've got the right item. The power coming off of this is intense, to the same level as the other items that you guys have come in contact with. But unlike the other ones where there's been a barrier, this one seems to have been manipulated and changed. So as you kind of sense and almost touch it, you feel almost as if there's a 3D space on the tablet itself, and things could be moved around, and you speculate with that 27 Arcana check that that's exactly what has been happening. This item has been perverted and changed, and just like if you take a Rubik's Cube and mess it up, the sides are not all perfect and pristine, and therefore not functioning the way it's supposed to.
It appears something about this has been changed, and it just doesn't line up as it should. And as I just let everyone know what's going on with this tablet. Does anyone else would care to see? Perhaps decipher or help fix it up.
Carl says no.
My gosh, Joshua. I keep forgetting my character's name. Joshua is not listening. I'm staring at the giant arm crane and studying it and rubbing my chin, and I say, "Do you all know what that is?"
As I turn to Chess, and I'm just like, hey, you want to check this out?
Yeah, I'll give it a look. And she tries to say this with confidence in spite of the fact that she is not at all confident she can do this.
All right. So those that wish to examine and attempt to realign the tablet, we're going to go into a skill challenge.
Okay,
Uh,
I am suddenly much more confident that we can do this.
Well,
Now, I will say that, as you've already seen, interacting with it has some potential drawback. So be warned.
Use your best skills.
Mm.
So primary skills for this: history, arcana, investigation. Secondary skills would be religion or any kind of tools that might work on stone. And tertiary skills would be surprise me and see if if you can convince me that it works, then I'm here for it.
Does
Deception.
dwarven stone cunning give me any advantage?
Are you proficient in stonemason tools, or is it just the?
I mean, I have just the dwarven stone cunning.
Yeah, that lets you know more about worked stone, but it usually relates to tunnels, I believe.
No, that's fair. No, the only do my hands look like they've used stonemason's tools?
I don't know what you got up to. You're a dwarf. You're probably a couple hundred years old.
Do these look like the hands of a digger? These are the hands of an artisan. My tools are my
I'm
scissors and my
going to attempt
comb.
I'm going to attempt investigation because I don't ever roll a character that isn't good at investigation for some reason.
All right, so give me an investigation check.
While
That's-
Robin's rolling the, oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say that's going to be a total of 17.
17.
Yes.
So you're attempting to decipher the layers here, and you get caught up. And if you've ever been exposed to 3D glasses, and you see the there's an object here and an object here and an object here.
Oh, I'm getting sucked under.
So you get very disoriented because this is a new experience for you. I need you to go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, yes.
It's been so long since we played. I don't remember how to find spells in D&D Beyond. Please help.
Game rules. Go to game rules.
No, I mean
Patty.
like the character on the character sheet.
There should be a thing.
Oh, there's a tab called spells.
Yeah, there's a tab for spells or spell casting. You just click on that and it tells you what spells you have access to, and then you can click on that and it'll do
Is that the one with all the squares? Ah, there we go. Yes, thank you.
The squares are the buttons.
18 total.
18.
Dude, I got a lot of spells.
You take 20 points of psychic damage as this thing rails into you, and you are pushed back from this.
Pushed back a little bit or flung back into a wall.
Well, I mean, you're not really in a room, so you're pushed back and off of your feet.
All right, so I go sprawling. Guys, exercise some caution.
And it definitely comes out somewhat garbled as Chess is reeling from the impact and the whammy. So
I
who
shake-
wants to play?
I shake my little pot belly at Chess and go, does it look like I exercise?
I'm not entirely sure I understand what you're saying right now, so Chess does not respond.
You said exercise some caution.
Speaking of exercising caution, Joshua is slowly making their way towards the giant arm crane. I know it's a ways out there, But that is where all my attention is at. I've scooped up my cat and I'm starting to move in that direction.
Okay.
So what are we
Alright.
trying to figure out about this tablet?
So this is one of the arcane vessels that you guys have been searching for. This is the Tablet of Protection, obviously linked towards abjuration. And the item itself, rather than as with the previous arcane vessels, there being some kind of like barrier or break, this one has been manipulated and everything is out of sorts. So we're doing a skill challenge to try and see if you guys can realign the arcane Rubik's Cube, if you will.
Okay.
Alright, question I have is like, is it a bad time to use a tertiary skill for the lulls, or?
Well, I mean, you start off with failure number one. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Well, while he,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, while you start doing what you're doing, I'm gonna start preparing a ritual.
What ritual are you preparing?
Divination.
Okay.
So, straight up out of nowhere, I don't know if this is gonna work, but maybe as a confidence boost to myself, I'm gonna like, or maybe if anything's inhabiting this tablet, I'm gonna try to intimidate, or like, to straight up say, you, and just summon some magic around me. You will obey the commands that I give you, and start trying to manipulate it. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself up or something as I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like,
Give me a roll and we'll see what happens.
okay. Oh, that's not bueno. 15.
15.
So how much do I get screwed?
So, have you ever yelled at a wall before?
Sure.
In your anger, well, you get the same non-reaction. Nothing changes from that regards. But you do feel the arcane retaliation of you attempting to impose your will upon this object. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Not a problem is what I deserve. We start with inspiration, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use that because I ain't passing. You gotta be shitting me. 2 ones. All right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did you double one?
You didn't steal my dice, did you?
It's D&D Beyond's dice. Who would have known? Okay. Well, I gotta not buy a lottery ticket today, so 8 altogether.
All right. That's going to be 21 points of psychic damage, and you two are, pushed back away from this tablet and are on your arse.
I fly right back into the trash. That came
I-
out of.
I am absolutely astounded that either of you are unable to discern this thing.
Would you like to make an attempt? You
Oh,
want to see if you can do any
absolutely.
better?
It was in no way was that meant to be an insult. I'm just rather surprised. You usually figure everything out. Let me see here if I can dig into my memory banks of anything similar I might have seen. I would like to use history.
Okay.
Now, I do have to ask this question. I guess
Yes,
it
sir.
doesn't matter for this one, but referencing that earlier magic item that I apparently have, the Charm of Knowing. According to this, it says proficient in everything and one gets expertise. Is that correct? This thing gives me proficiency in all skills?
So the way charms work, they're one of the items that we came up with for Mage Forge. The charms, you activate it and then it works for an hour
Okay,
and then it's done. It just
good to
becomes
know. Good to know.
a normal thing.
I'll make a note of that. I'm already proficient in history because of course I am. So I will just go ahead and roll that, and that is going to be 17 on the die, and I have a +6, so 23 history.
All right. So looking back, what aspects of history are most appealing to Ordo?
So I think, of course, anything in history that has to do with advances in technology around medicine, and Barbary, because those two are so intrinsically tied together. But also anything that's in the history of, I would say probably art, and I think that's kind of what was guiding me. This weird way in which it sort of seems to alter perception, or whatever. It's
So
probably what I was specifically latching on.
being a wizard, being essentially a doctor, as well as, liking art, all of these things have function with layers. When you are cutting open a body to do surgery, you need to know, you've got, skin and muscle and organs, and if you cut too deep, you're going to do irreparable damage. When you're painting, when you're looking at art from that perspective, you have to kind of lay a foundation and build on top of it, knowing that everything that you put ultimately makes a change, but that base layer absolutely makes a difference. So you do have, a little bit of knowledge from, your application of history in how this thing is set up. And that while you do have to try and change the top, ultimately you have to change the top and the bottom layer at the same time and make an adjustment to move things in a logical sense. So that is a success.
And I'm, of course, explaining this with all of the intricacies and layers and attempting to see if in their stupor, if Carlos, or sorry, Carlos in his stupor, Phlox and Chess, but also turning to Joshua.
Right, I am pretty stupefied.
Turning into Joshua and saying, you do see this, of course, Joshua.
You realize Joshua has walked away, right?
Yeah, I know. That's where I said Joshua. Okay. You do see this, right, Joshua? Joshua. What the? Oh. And seeing that Joshua's wandered off, I would immediately turn over to Carl. So you see here the top and the bottom need to be moved to move everything into alignment. It all makes perfect sense. And hopefully I've given enough talking to about the process that Carl maybe has had time to do their ritual.
So what, this is not like a combat round, so it's not like 6 seconds is going by. It takes time for each of these attempts to go in, and perhaps some things are being done at the same time. But like minutes are passing. So how long does divination take? Is that a 10-minute ritual?
1 action plus 10 minutes.
Okay. So we'll say through these 3 attempts, 10 minutes have passed, and your divination ritual has completed. Am I frozen? Is Frag frozen?
It would appear that Frag is frozen.
All right. Well,
very well timed.
If only he used divination to know that was going to happen.
Oh no! Carl accidentally cast time stop on himself.
Damn.
I didn't think he even had access to that level of magic at this point.
Are you there now?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just kind
What in the world happened?
You accidentally cast time stop on yourself.
Apparently. I was just giving Ace a time to get back, and it didn't work.
He wandered away. So you cast your divination ritual. What happens?
So it says here, I don't even know where I got divination, how I have it, but it says I need incense and a sacrificial offering appropriate to my religion. Carl, I don't imagine is very religious, but since he spent a lot of time with a dragon, I'm assuming he's just going to throw money at the problem because it's got to be worth at least 25 gold pieces.
Sure.
So he's just going to throw 25 gold pieces into the middle of his ritual. And it says that the magic and the offering I put forth puts me in contact with a god or a god's servant, and I can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity.
Okay.
And then
So
you give a truthful reply.
who are you
So I go, go
who are
ahead.
you reaching out to?
Oh, Carl has no idea.
All right, so you are just thrusting this out to just see.
Please do with that as you
Phrasing.
will.
Phrasing.
Eh,
Just thrusting this out.
Yep, you're thrusting
We
it
are
out there.
all adults here.
Sounds about right.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, for the most part, every table I play at, when the game starts, every one of us reverts to 12. I don't know. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Ruh-roh. Come on, easy roller dice. All right, it's 11 on the die. Anything add to it, or
Nope, just wanted to see what was there. All
plus
right.
4 religion?
So, well, you said that you weren't beckoning anything specific. So we're just seeing what happens to show up.
Yeah, I imagine Carl has no idea this is even going to contact a god. He's just like, hey, I have an idea.
So a vaguely humanoid form with a purple and black cloak, feathered, white feathered mantle appears, and you don't get a sense of their feet, like literally just fades away into nothing. Almost as if it's like just not there. So you have the idea that what you're talking to is not wholly standing there in front of you. The rest of you don't see this appear. You just see Carl begin talking to nothing. So what do you say?
Hey, so we're having trouble with this thing. Can you help us fix it?
You get 2 questions, right?
No, it just says, ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within the next 7 days. GM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
But you say, can you help with this?
Yeah.
like a question to me.
Make an insight roll for me.
Ooh, that's actually a good number. Let's see what my insight is. I have to go back to another tab because I don't have any screens anymore. Action, insight. +1, so 17.
It has been so long since we've played. Now, Frag can actually roll dice.
Hey, you bite your tongue.
Wow.
So you get the sense of like almost derision in that you just asked the question of, is it possible for this creature to help you, as your single question in the offering.
Hey, don't be offended if you can't do it. I mean, we can't either.
The being doesn't turn around in so much as it folds in itself, and its front is now facing the opposite direction. And it puts a singular hand upon the tablet, and you watch as just pieces, not so much pieces, but like sections of the glyphs and lettering begin reorienting. And I'm going to count that as a success. As the brazier disappears, the coins disappear, and the creature disappears. The rest of you here, you just watch as Carl has this conversation. A weird look crosses his face as this creature moves through space or moves through self while being in the same space and reorients. So you currently have 2 failures and 2 successes.
I'd like to point out that I finally succeeded at something in this series.
Nice.
And it only took 2 characters.
I mean, you succeeded at dying.
That was not my plan. I was trying to get away.
Oh, well, then. Sorry.
So you succeeded at dying while failing to run away.
It's all about how you it's all about perspective.
I'm not a glass half full kind of
Is that because you're drunk?
Yes.
Or is that Joshua? All right. So any other takers?
Joshua is further and further away.
Yep.
This isn't gonna go wrong at all.
Why are you like this?
So this
Why
thing
is
does-
Joshua like this, or why am I like
Yes. Why is Joshua like this?
I don't
this?
know.
That's the mystery of them.
Can we see Joshua?
Yep, he's walking away. He's walking away towards the giant tower that looks like a metal arm and functions as a crane.
I don't remember that thing at all.
This thing does 21 points of damage, and I have it 21 current HP. I can go for another go at it.
Hey, I'm gonna cast Goodberry and hand him a few. Eat up and try again. Suck it.
I can certainly try again if either of you would like to not strain yourself mentally in such a way as to get hurt. Again, that sounded like an insult, and I did not mean for it to.
I literally get off my ass, and I'm just like, no, none taken.
So investigation, intimidation, and history have all been used. So whoever's trying next has to pick something else.
Investigation, intimidation, history, all been used.
Yep.
This is
But we haven't used Arcana yet.
I was going to say, this is a magical item, and we haven't attempted to approach it from the arcane level.
Must identify.
I think building off of the same logical thinking that I used for history, sort of building off of that and shifting into art, medicine, and those kind of works, and start thinking about how magic has influenced those works, and in turn has influenced the creation and functionality of this device. And I would like to attempt an Arcana check.
All right.
All right.
That has never been done before. Oh my god.
Well, that is a 25 total. That 19 on the die, a +6.
All right. So as you go into your research, you begin seeing actual arcane formulae, not so much in the whole thing, but in individual pieces. And you know that this particular tablet is abjuration. Do you know if any of the spells that you have in your spell book are abjuration?
Character sheet, and I don't. Remind me which types of spells are abjuration.
Protection?
And
Do you have
banishment.
shield?
I have mage armor. I have shield.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
That's more than enough to build off of. You understand that through a magical formula, it is generally, with the level of education that you all have, there is a flow to different schools of magic. an evocation spell comes off in some ways as harsh, explosive, damaging. It pops, if you will. Protection, abjuration magic almost seems very formulaic, very, very defensive in its very nature. And with a 25, you can see that there is a formula here. And while the pieces are beginning to line up, they hadn't gotten there yet. So you understand that you have what needs to be done, but you alone aren't able to get it. So those of you that are around, Ordo begins kind of calling out and pointing out, oh, this rune here needs to be adjusted. And you wind up almost getting into this, back and forth mental battle with this thing. You begin almost like making physical and magical contact with it. I need all of you to go ahead, all of you that are assisting. I know Joshua is not taking part here. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you begin battling it out with this arcane vessel.
I got 20.
I feel like Josh has been doing the right move.
I have 16 hit points. I'm not gonna be around for this.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I got a 19.
Nice.
This is the third one in a row. I rolled a 2.
Oh my gosh.
I also
Thank you for
rolled a
taking my
1.
curse, Carlos.
I also rolled a 1, but it has a 0 after it. So I got 10.
So you have a total of 10?
Yes.
I rolled 2 ones.
So Chess and Carl, what did you guys get total?
2.
2 ones plus. Oh, it's 17, not 19. Apparently, I can't add.
What do you have, Chess?
I got 20. Just okay.
So
I'm like, you scared me for a second there, Ted. I was like, what is this DC that I might not have passed with the nat 20?
I was just asking for remembrance because I got totally sidetracked by the third natural one over there for Carlos. Phlox and Ordo, you begin to feel the strain on this fight at you and pull at you. You both suffer a level of exhaustion before all of this winds up being completed. Do you break connection or do you still continue assisting?
I think because I haven't taken any damage yet, and I'm sort of determined, I think I will... Me taking a point of exhaustion, Ordo taking a point of exhaustion while focusing magical energies with everybody else on this sounds like this. And then shoulders kind of sag, elbows propped against his belly, and just kind of holding it, but I'll still do it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep concentrated.
Okay. Phlox?
I will also keep concentrating as I just say, I said you will obey my commands.
All right. So you get through and you push, and more of the formula is aligning. I need all of you to make an intelligence saving throw. Except Josh.
I went to go grab dice and was like, I'm not part of this.
Like, I kind of feel like he did the smarts in my opinion right now.
Maybe
16.
Right. Chess?
18 total.
Right.
20 total.
17.
17. All right. So you feel this tug as it's literally pulling at your magic. I don't know where all of you stand in regards to expended spell slots, but you're able to put up the mental barrier enough and almost force this thing, as Phlox is saying, to obey your will. No ill effects. for this one. As the last and final push, as pieces are being finally moved, and you're down to like almost like the last stanza, if you will, the last section of this formula. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws.
11.
Ruh-roh.
Same 11.
9.
9, all right. And Ordo?
19.
Okay,
Ah.
all right.
I just
So,
want the folks. I just want the folks at home to know I've been using D&D Beyond dice, but if you use easy roller dice, your rolls might be better.
Actually, I've been rolling an easy roller die.
there you go.
Same Z's.
So Ordo, you're able to resist, but unfortunately, the rest of you suffer this backlash, and you feel yourself like completely disconnect from this thing. You fall to your knees. You each take 8 points of psychic damage, and you feel weakened. Both physically and mentally. You can take essentially 2 points of stat damage as you see fit. To 2 points from mental of your choice and 2 points from physical of your choice.
Is this permanent?
No,
Okay.
it's just ability damage.
Then
Evil below
charisma
8.
and strength.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Says the grumpy fairy.
I now have a 6 charisma and 6 strength.
There you go. But the
Go.
but the tablet has been restored, and you feel the thrum of power. You feel this thing alive again, as Carl hasn't really been here for the entire time. Phlox hasn't been here for the entire time, but Chess and Ordo, you've handled and fixed numerous of these arcane vessels at this point in time. Is this the 5th or the 6th that you guys have adjusted? So you're familiar with the transition of what it's like. So you know that not only is this complete, but those of you who are here fully have the capacity, if you so desire, to tap into that power.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh wait, you get a free one on your first one, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this Carl's first one?
Oh wait, no. So I think the illusion was the dragon, right?
Uh-huh.
I think I have that one too. Doing it anyway.
All right. Anybody else attempting? All right. Well, I mean, I know Josh was not because he walked away. All right, so
What's sad is Abjuration was one of the schools I actually wanted.
sorry.
Oh, well.
You knew what
Should
it
have been a
was.
little braver.
Yeah, I have other things on my mind.
Well, at least you know that the tablet is portable. So I assume that they're taking it back with them. They'll have another shot once they collect you. All right. So I'm going to give you the choice here, Carl. You can go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw or an constitution saving.
So, I missed that. I was reading a response from Carlos.
You have a choice here as you attempt to draw power from this. You
Okay.
can make an intelligence saving throw or a constitution saving.
Well, intelligence is one better. So I will go with that.
And before you roll, just remember you have your inspiration. Should you?
It rolled off of a 20 onto an 8, so I'm using my inspiration.
All right.
Hey, natural 20. So it's 27.
All right. So you feel this thing coming into you, and at first it meets up against the illusion magic that you have, and it's almost like warring against it. and you feel it like trying to interpose between them, and you feel like the illusion power like slipping from you momentarily, and you by your sheer intelligence, you know that if you expend a little bit of magic, not enough that it actually costs you a spell slot, but you just basically, as if you were casting a cantrip, you put another barrier on the outside of it, and in that just brief hesitation, you draw it all into you, and you now have the abjuration sub school as well.
For the people at home, because it's definitely not me that doesn't remember, how does that work again?
So essentially, you are a wizard, so you add the subclass powers of
That's right, from abjuration.
From
Okay.
so you would have it for Rune Wizard, for Illusion or Illusionist, and from Abjuration.
Do we get to go back to those other towers so I can collect them all?
No. Sorry. Now the Abjuration, like I said, it's portable. Whoever decides that they want to, get into it, can. All right. So no other takers on the Abjuration?
Nah.
You get the you get this sense, and you now
Come
have
on in, the mage armor's fine.
you have a fully working tablet and a wandering away tiefling.
Well, I mean, I already picked up 2 of these thingies. If I pick up a third, no one knows what's gonna happen.
I do.
One way to find out.
You know what? This thing's been kicking my butt already. Maybe I could use a little protection. Who knows?
Have you seen the dice rolls that you've been making?
This is hubris. I'm just letting you know that this is hubris, so you can't say no one warned you.
Absolutely.
This thing kicked my ass. Let me see if it can help me.
What do you currently have?
You know what? I've been hyping this up already. Let's do it.
What do you currently have?
So I know I have illusion, and I forget which one that from the unicorn. You remember it was Flox's first mission.
Let me go look at my chart here.
We got it from the Chaos Realm.
Every once in a while, somebody says something that just reminds me that we are absolutely playing D&D. I forget which one I got from the unicorn, but I know we got it in the Chaos Realm. That's just such an out of context D&D quote.
So after Carlos mentions that, Carl touches himself and goes, "Here, take this." And you see my health decrease and his increase as I cast Life Transference, gain 42 hit points.
What? You're an absolute legend.
So that is that you got Conjuration.
Me?
No.
Oh,
Flux. That's what you got from the Chaos Realm. The summoning sigil.
So Conjuration and Illusion.
Right. All right. So. All right. So if you if you're deciding to tap in, I'll give you the same choice that Fraginator has. You can make a Constitution saving throw, or you can make an Intelligence saving throw.
I'll make an Intelligence saving throw since it has a +7. 14.
Is that your final answer?
So how badly did I get hurt?
It's not about hurt. So you watch as the power comes in, and like you saw, or like I described with Carl, it's fighting up against the other powers that you have. You have a choice. Do you wish to lose illusion, or do you wish to lose conjuration?
Deuces to Conjuration.
All right. So you watch or you feel, I should say, as the energy that you attempt to pull in wars with, your magical aura, and it's almost like a snake, like slithering in and around the energies that you have. And you realize, just like playing a game of chess, there are times that you have school and then flees. So this was just a loss.
Does it also strip away my conjuration spells? Because I think that'd be gnarly.
No, it just rips out that, that power source. The things that are in your spell book, you still have. It doesn't affect that.
Can someone that doesn't have conjuration chase it down?
No.
Wait, get it back. Oh, it's gone. Okay. Oh, that was probably not wise. And I just, just kind of just lean myself back.
Sorry, sir.
I know it's not polite to say I told you so, but I did tell you so.
As like Fox is like, rubbing his temples and whatnot. It's one of those, it's like, yes, Chess, you did. Didn't you?
So now that we've secured this tablet, and Fox, you appear to be, well, none the worse for wear. Should we do something about this Joshua problem? And I just turn and look off into the distance to see how far Joshua has wandered away.
We should just head back.
Why is he always up to something shady?
Have
How
you
far
met
did I
Joshua?
How far can you walk through difficult terrain in 10-15 minutes?
Dimension door.
I mean, my speed's 30, so that's 15 per 6 seconds. So I don't know. That's a
I did
long
do a
way to
10-minute
walk.
ritual.
Let me ask you this question. Does Joshua meander? Does he stop and look on occasion to see, the numerous things that are around? I don't know what type of person Joshua is in regards to stuff, but there is more stuff than the eyes can really take in such a place.
Joshua is transfixed on the giant dragon dragon fighting mech.
Sure.
That's what he would like to learn more about.
Sure.
So unless I see anything sticking out of the ground that is also attached to the mech, I won't stop until I get to the arm.
Sure. All right. So Joshua has about a 15-minute head start on the lot of you guys, maybe a little bit more. Some of you are suffering some damage and some exhaustion, but your party member has wandered away.
Joshua, he didn't dash his way over there. Maybe we can catch up.
At best, it would be a light jog.
Yeah, so I guess I'll I mean, if everyone else is in the mindset of we should definitely go after him, sure, I'll begin going after him. Specifically dashing every 6 seconds to catch up eventually.
So I can fly. Should I try and get to him sooner just in case, or do you want me all to stay with you?
Go for it, buddy.
What is your flight speed?
You ask me questions like I know answers to things.
Almost like you have a character sheet or something.
Flying 30 feet. So if I dash 60.
So,
but I will definitely meander. Just saying. So they might still beat me.
All right, then. I'm sorry, I've got to do this. Give me a Constitution check.
Nice. Just a check, not a save?
Correct.
That is less nice. Okay, +3. 6. I'm back.
All right. Let's see here. So something interesting catches your eye, as you're flying, which the fly speed isn't all that much faster, but you don't have to walk all over rubble and up and down things. So you begin zipping off towards where this tiefling wandered off to, and something catches your eye in a pile off to your right. What is it?
A bag of cookies. I don't know.
All right. Are you pilfering said cookies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like cookies in real life, but apparently Carl likes cookies because that was the first thing that popped into my head.
I could go for some cookies.
Girl Scout cookies.
Not sponsored.
So you guys, as you're kind of trailing off, trying to catch up to Joshua, it's kind of slow going. Ordo and Phlox are definitely feeling the strain. But as Carl begins making some steady progress, all of a sudden he just kind of beelines off to the right and begins rummaging and pulling something out. And rather than like getting back on track, he totally lost what he was doing, and he comes back and there's like a clay pot that he's got, just some slightly stale cookies, and he's just eating away as he flies back to you guys like, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Just in the process of trying to get back that one.
Which one?
Trudging.
Ah, crap! I'll be back. I'll go check on him.
So takes about 5-10 minutes for Carl to catch up to Joshua at this point in time. You've been trekking for about a half hour or so, Joshua, when Carl comes flitting up next to you. The junkyard is quite massive and it's slow going, moving through, and you've been trying to make headway, but you still got some distance to cross before you get there.
Oh yeah. I'll kind of distractedly go, "Oh, hello, Carl, right? I think that's correct."
Yeah, that's the name I said. Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, Coral. I'm saying it right, Coral?
Sure.
Okay.
So the other guys back there, they're slow and you're far, and you want some never mind, there's no cookies.
Joshua looks disappointed at the lack of cookies. He's just like, oh. I'll look back and say, they are. They didn't. I thought everyone would just follow me, but apparently not.
Well, if you look back, you do see that they're trudging along slowly. Ordo and Phlox definitely looking a little worse for wear.
I mean, I'm not looking good either. We did get like crushed by rubble earlier.
Yeah.
What's taken all of you so long to catch up?
Well, we fixed the thing that did the thing for the people.
No, well, that's good, I suppose. Do you know what these colossuses are?
Yes.
Oh, good. Do you think we could fix one? Make it functional again?
Definitely. What do you think they are? So I'm sure we're on the same page.
Oh, long time ago, us wizards would have conflicts with dragons, and we would battle them by piloting these large mechs or automatons, whatever seems more naturally spoken in this time and era.
Mobile Suit Gundams. Got it.
Automatons, golems would probably be the closest term.
These golems, yeah. It'd be 5 wizards to 1 golem, and each of a different school of wizardry, and they had to be color coded because, I mean, how else do you know what school someone is practicing if you don't wear an outfit that matches?
But what if the other 3 colors feel left out?
Honestly, it's always the green one that everyone loves. So you can fly, can you? I mean, well, maybe I can fly. Do I have fly prepared? We can make this go faster.
I'm a fairy. Do I have pixie dust? Just kidding.
I don't have a fly spell prepared. Damn. I do have polymorph. I could turn myself into a bird.
Like Fly.0.
Well, now that I have your help,
Gust, will that help?
I'm going to polymorph myself into something that flies, and both of us with wings should be able to make it there much quicker. And then polymorph. Now I don't speak.
Or we could wait for them.
So what do you turn yourself into?
I'm gonna go with a hawk. Hawk seems cool. Not great on the CR, but whatever.
Oh, good. He's turned into a bird. He can fly away from us ever so much further.
Should I cast haste on him?
Why?
I don't remember who I'm supposed to be helping.
This is what happens when you pick up the video game after not playing for 3 months and you forget what your main plot was. So you just start, oh yeah, I never noticed that crane in the background. I'm going to go see what that does.
Here's a cool little side quest. And then everyone else in the MMO is like, we're playing a video game together.
Counterspell is...
Nah, I'm going to do my thing.
You said counterspell.
So counterspell 60 feet away. Am I 60 feet away?
No, unfortunately not.
Dang it.
How far away are we?
You're about, a 5-minute walk. If you were to just stop, that's how long it would take for you to get there.
Is he within fireball range?
No.
Yes.
Can you walk? Does it take you 5 minutes to walk 120 feet? Yeah.
Oh, I walk really slowly.
Yeah, it's possible to walk that slowly, but when you're trying, that's rough. All right, so Carl's supposed to stop him. He decides, you know what? I'm gonna turn into a bird and begin flying. Carl, do you stay with the bird or do you fly back to the other people?
Carl will probably start flying back to the other people because he can't keep up with a hawk. And the hawk might eat him.
I'll fly at your pace.
Oh. I forgot you actually keep your mental stats, huh?
Yeah.
No, you don't, do you?
No, you don't.
With polymorph, you don't.
No.
I still can reason.
Well, can Joshua, though?
No.
The question is, when you hawk, does your wisdom go up?
Maybe. My wisdom is an 8, so probably.
Yeah. You get wiser.
Should have turned into an owl.
That's how your wisdom manifests. I should have turned into an owl.
At least as an owl, you can count to 3.
All we hear is squeak.
You would hear nothing at all if I was an owl. If I turned into an owl, I would have had the wisdom to fly back to the group and travel together. No, I'm going flying right for the arm.
All right, I'll fly with him.
All right. So
I will not eat the tiny person.
All right. For expediency, you will get there sooner than the rest of the party.
No
Is-
way.
Is there anything that feel the need to do before the rest of the party arrives?
As soon as I get there, I'll turn back into my normal form, and I'm just going to start like checking this. So I'm probably do an investigation check just to figure out like what its state is,
Sure.
if it's actually like possibly connected to the larger mech. How these harpies are controlling it.
Yeah, you can make an
Joshua.
intelligence, an investigation check. It is definitely not connected to the rest. It is clearly, horrendous, and you can see just at its base level that it has like layers and layers of corrections to fix the rust and everything that has happened. This thing is millennia old.
And they've used all the junk to fix it.
Now there are like several spots where there are hinge pieces, and there is a platform like 20 feet up that has essentially like some kind of controls that are there. And as you look down, like you see like one of these junkyard harpies standing up there, with a grimace face looking down at you, as like almost to say like, what the hell are you doing here, kind of thing.
Oh, if I see that flat platform with the controls, I'd actually fly and land on that before I turn back into it.
Okay.
Yeah, Joshua, do I got time to cast a spell?
I'll land on the thing and turn into a human or a tiefling, and say, oh, I'll look at the person I just landed next to. Does he have time to cast a spell? Real quick. Probably a nice one. It is a nice spell, right?
I mean, define nice.
It's not going to hurt our friend here.
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
What are you doing?
I am looking at this marvelous contraption you have made.
Made? No.
Well, repaired, rather. Many of these modifications are not part of the original project.
She's kind of like getting in your space, and like everything she says, like it's like it comes out in a harsh, like rapid fire tone that seems to carry well in this space, and like almost answering in cry you can hear like echoing by some of the others that are flying overhead, and you can easily see more of these creatures kind of coming back this way. What do you want?
I want to know if you have any more pieces of this massive golem.
Now.
None at all. This is all you could find?
Yes.
Oh. Where did you find it?
It was here.
In this junkyard. So that means the rest has got to be here.
We started the junkyard.
Around the arm.
Yes.
Is Carl still there?
Yeah. Unless he flew away.
I didn't fly away, but I started preparing a ritual.
Okay.
And I don't know how far away time-wise the rest of the party is, but if it's less than 10 minutes, it'll be even funnier.
So what do you do with this, harpy keeps getting in your face, Joshua?
Oh, is it like flying up to my level, like getting it in my face?
Yes.
Kind of try to push out of the way, and kind of look like, can you show me how these controls function?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. That is a 9.
So she makes a cry that echoes in much closer proximity than you thought, and several more of these creatures kind of like land and like block your path between yourself and these controls.
Look, I don't mean to be offensive here or anything. You happen to have a part of an ancient golem used to combat dragons by wizards, and you're using it as a crane. I just want to know more.
You trade. You give, you can look.
Oh yes, of course. That's right. We did this before. Let's see. I'm gonna start just kind of like patting my pockets and looking around. Yeah, look at my inventory.
Does Carl know what harpies are, like the name?
You proficient in Arcana?
I am.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Got
Just
it.
trying to figure out my wording is all.
Sure.
I'm going to pull out a vial, pull out like a little bottle, and say, "Ah, this is a miraculous thing. It will help your body grow hair wherever it is applied." Just, splash some on every day. You grow a beard, grow hair on top.
That and more. More.
Or
Wait, harpies are seagulls. Oh wait,
Yep.
that's mine. Mine, not more.
same thing. Oh, all right. How about this? And I will pull out a gem, the gem of energy charm that makes you immune to force.
Okay.
This will make you immune to certain concussive damage for a short time, of course.
She holds out her her clawed hand. When you put the two items in it, she immediately like leaps off the platform, flying backwards, and the other one that's there kind of like steps aside, like not completely, but like unblocks the path between you and the panel.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna start fiddling. I'm gonna see how this thing works.
All right, give me a general investigation.
All right. That is an 11.
All right, give me a dexterity saving throw. So are you doing this ritual on the platform or on the ground?
Oh, on the platform.
All right, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me as well.
I
12.
assume I assume I'm sitting down. Should I do it with a disadvantage?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Gotta get back to that other screen.
Joshua's very well known for his dexterous, nimble speed.
10.
So that's a 12.
Well, what do you have, Frag?
10.
10. So Frag, you have wings, so it's not too big a deal. But you are hefted off the platform, and you're able to catch yourself and start flying. You've got things prepared. You can just kind of keep the energy going to complete your ritual. But might take an extra 10 to 15 seconds as you kind of got bothered by Joshua. Joshua, on the other hand, you fling yourself off the tower.
Do I do something that jerks this whole platform really quickly? And
you don't know what you're doing, so you just start like kind of pushing the device around, and the thing
Right.
spins really quickly, and you get flung off. I rolled almost maximum damage. You fall 20 feet into the pile of junk for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow, I do not look good.
Can my ritual finish now?
That hurts.
So I'm going to say with all of that, yes, that would be hysterical that Joshua lands at the party's feet just as the ritual completes. What do you do, Frag?
So I cast Skywrite and say Joshua and Carl here with an arrow, and then cross out here and write now here with an arrow pointing at Joshua.
I love it.
That is hilarious.
Sorry, I had to use the spell at least once.
Dude, I get it. Skywrite is awesome, and it does not get enough play.
I took it for sheer shiggles.
So with that, you did make a barter, and the harpies will honor it, and you get to play around with the tower, with the crane. Give me an insight check.
Insight. Oh man, this dice has been rolling so many 12s. So that's a total of 15. No, that's 12 or 14.
14. All right. Unbeknownst to you, they begin instructing, if you do this, if you do that. And they're having you like pick up and move stuff. And if the party allows the time, you spend about 10-15 minutes kind of doing their work. You don't really understand what's happening. You're just playing with the crane. But
They're teaching me how to use these things. How kind of them.
So what does the rest of the party do while Joshua is playing?
Clearly, this isn't a union operation.
Because they haven't had a break yet?
Because if it was union, they would never be allowed to let him run their machinery.
Well, that's true.
I'm getting my crane operations license. That's what I was just told by this harpy here.
Is there a Chess wondering if Chess is gonna slug Joshua or not? Just like wondering, like
Knock him off the platform again.
I'm just like watching, seeing if anything happens.
Hey, any of you have feather fall prepared? I have wings, so I never do it myself, but you think at least one of you would have that. Just in case for next time.
Everyone, isn't this incredible? These arms used to be used to fight dragons. And now I'm using them to drag all this stuff over.
Nope. As I pop
Yes,
a
I need
good
you
berry.
to make a perception check for me.
I mean, another check?
No, chess.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Perception. Dirty 20.
All right. So I don't particularly recall. Maybe you do. Do you know what the bag does to let you know that there is something that a new message has arrived?
I'm pretty sure it just gets warmer.
Okay.
Like maybe the
Screams,
stone on
screams.
it starts glowing. It's like a phone, like
It vibrates.
vibration. I don't know. Like
Sure.
It just goes.
Whatever
It screams like the
whatever
sun from Rick and
signal
Morty.
is, you acknowledge that a new letter has arrived within the bag.
You've
Okay.
got mail.
I will draw that out and give it a look.
All right. So it does not appear addressed to anyone in particular, where you know that sometimes it has done.
It's
And
probably for the harpies.
a single word in hastily scrawled letters, it says breach.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, we gotta go. We have to leave now. I will grab everyone by their ears and pull them. Like, let's go. We need to leave. We gotta go home. Like, there's important stuff there that we need to take care of.
Has Carl been there yet? I don't remember.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I do. I've been there once.
Listen, harpies, can I get your contact information? You let me know if you find any more giant mech pieces. I would love to see one of these intact.
Through histories, like it is like they're really legends that these things existed, and this arm is one of the only pieces that is known to still function and exist. A single intact suit, it is incredibly doubtful that anything like that has survived through the millennia.
So you're saying there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance.
Telling me there's a chance. Yep. Well, I mean, still, if you find anything, I would love to know more.
They kind of like give you this like scrutinizing look. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna totally find that and give it to you, sure.
Tradesies?
Five.
So do you gather together and pull out your stone of recall?
Yes.
Yes.
So yet again, the magic wraps around all of you, and you're pulled through this darkened corridor, and you get that usual sensation of moving through space, and you can see the Citadel of Gul Talath, coming into focus. The teleportation circle, the sigil upon the ground, comes into view, and the sight that greets you is not one that you are used to seeing or expected to see. An attack of some kind has taken place. Blood and feathers lie everywhere. Scorch marks are shown about a once meticulously clean stone. Each of your mentors have been injured and lie off to the side, kind of breathing heavily. Oneth, the half-orc evocator, Azidium, the illusionist, and Zaum, the conjurer, as well as Locke, the abjurer, have all sustained bad injuries and are like kind of leaning against the wall. Lying in the middle of the chamber, Raelith, the necromancer, lies dead in the middle, his pale flesh even more pale from the loss of blood. A vicious wound by what must have been a burning blade clearly pierced his middle. His black silk sash, burned and torn, lies in two pieces next to his body. Despite his obvious pain, a mischievous grin lies upon his face. As you all emerge, Oneth's deep voice kind of speaks up, and seeing your return and seeing you're taking in Raelith's body, he kind of gestures, says, "He gave his life to see mine. I don't understand it. We never got along. Would not have thought he would be the one to make the sacrifice."
Like, Chess is not gonna like talk to anybody or like respond to anything that's being said. She's just walking over there unless somebody stops her.
So do the people that are injured look near death, or are they stable but injured?
Everybody appears stable.
Okay.
I do apologize. It says I'll be back online in just a moment. Internet disconnected.
So just Joshua was just super choked up when everything happening. But
He's like, the one person I knew the name of is dead. No. I have no idea.
yeah. Yeah, anyone that I find, I'll just heal and ward them, I suppose. Just trying to like save whoever possible.
So, how much was Chess in the confidence of Master Raelith?
I mean, like, they talked a lot, and I imagine they talked about death quite a bit as well, because given the nature of their relationship.
So, the grin on his face, you know why that's there.
I know why that's there.
What is necromancer's not necromantic spell that they're known for?
Oh. So I'm gonna close his eyes and I'm gonna be like, you scared me for a second there, you bastard. I'm probably gonna cry anyway, because like, oh, that was mean. That was mean, Ted.
I'm sorry. you gotta add emotion where you can, right?
Oh my god! Like you almost had me crying on screen.
So Carl doesn't know what's going on, but he'll fly up and go, how long has this one been dead?
He's not.
What? He looks pretty dead to me.
I 100% he has a backup somewhere.
That's good. I don't have a diamond anyway, and I fly off.
So it is clear that this battle was mere minutes ago, and only a handful of people were here to like stave off the fight. And as you're well aware, Celestials, when they pop, they go back to the dimension that they came from, or the plane that they came from. So it's a scenario, well, there's no bad guy bodies.
What happened?
We weren't here because Joshua was playing with toys.
That's not you.
Oh.
Anyone that was here, what happened? And I'm gonna stand up, and I'm like gonna pick his body up with me because he's of elven descent. He's probably not that heavy. Let's be honest.
Sure.
And I am a melee fighter.
Right. Didn't you take a minus to strength?
I did take a minus to strength earlier, but I'm not thinking about that right now.
Sure,
Do you want me to make a check?
Nah, it's fine. So of the people that are here, you've got the mentors, as well as you've got Oneth, Azidium, Zam, and Locke. Which one are you trying to address?
Zidium.
Zidium, of course, the one that I don't remember his race off the top of my head. All right, so Zidium is the human illusionist.
Yeah.
But is he though?
Well, he's always appeared as human that you know of. So he's no, he wears the top of the line fashion, including a dark purple hat. His purple sash is rimmed in black and embroidered with dark purple sigils. Though much of his attire is, must, and he has not had the time to, properly clean and mend his garb. You can see like there's a gash from clearly some kind of blade. He's got blood coming from one of his swollen eyes, and blood leaking out of one of his ears. They almost appeared within the Citadel itself. One appeared and pushed open the doors, and a whole cadre came in. We've never seen something like this before. No creature has dared push its way into the sanctum. I mean, in and of itself, a attack from celestial creatures seems to go against their nature, and it's kind of like all of us were completely unexpected. I mean, we knew that there were celestials that were allayed against the wizards, but not of something like this.
They don't like that we're fixing it. They broke it on purpose. And they're going to pay for it. Because whether this sticks or not, they meant for it to.
Well, what do you mean is he's not dead?
There are contingencies.
Are you saying he's got a clone, or this was a similar? I mean, it's not a simulacrum. I mean, that would melt the snow.
I'm hypothesizing that he has a clone. And suddenly she looks a little bit less certain, like this might be denial.
I take it you were closer than he was leading on?
She just holds his body a little bit tighter.
I mean, no offense. It's just
No, there's none taken.
let's, you know, I know of the people here, he's the only actual human, or I mean, of the NPC side, you know, a spark of, you know, humanity kind of shows, and you know that the key to his chamber is kind of beneath his robes, as everybody else, you know, tends to do. You know, he kind of gestures beneath the robes, says, "You want to check his chambers to be on the safe side?"
Yes. And I will go do that.
So what do the rest of you do as Azidium, Chess, and the carried body of Raelith kind of leave the, you know, the main chamber?
What I'm assuming what I missed was just us responding and teleporting back here.
Teleporting back here and witnessing the fact that the wizard Citadel was attacked by some kind of celestial entourage.
Right.
Many people were injured, and you were greeted with the dead body of Master Raelith.
And then the Celestials are all gone.
Yep.
And I believe you said that any that had been killed would have just vanished back to their realm, so we wouldn't have their corpses.
Yep. Extra dimensional beings do not leave a body.
Are there rooms in the Citadel specifically for doing summoning rituals?
I mean, there is an entire room dedicated to it, since there is a school dedicated to conjuring.
Okay, I figured as much. So I'd like to go to that room. And I had gotten something, I believe it was a braid that I tied as a wristband from that, from the unicorn.
Okay.
And I asked if there was something that I could have to be able to contact them if I needed to.
Sure.
So I would like to, in the summoning chamber, use that braid and try to summon them. And I did tell them if I ever try to summon them that they, you know, I'm doing it out of respect, and if they don't want to answer the call, that's fine.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
All right. So you have the ability when you conjure something, you have the ability to put up a barrier so it can't get out until you released it. You can put it so that, you know, there's no barrier and it can get to you. Like what kind of layers of, you know, summoning are you looking at here? Are you trying to call it to talk to it? Or are you calling it to bind it?
I'm calling it to talk to it, and I do think I do want to set up a layer of protection so that it cannot leave, like it can't get out of the summoning circle or whatever. It can't get to me.
It can't get to you, but it could leave of its own accord, like going back to where it came from.
Right. I assume so, but I want to keep it from being able to leave and move around in the Citadel.
Sure.
That's what I want to prevent.
All right. So do you have you know, contact other plane or a spell that, you know, functions in this regard for that?
I definitely took a spell for summoning something or other.
Well, while you're looking that up, you know, Chess, you go into Master Raelith's room. Zidium is there with you, and you can see that he's not trying to take in the room that you've already acknowledged. You know, your intelligence check that I had you make was to see if you remembered something that Raelith had said to you during your time together, and he had pointed out an odd brick in his room, and it was kind of just in passing in the conversation. But looking back, you understand that it was for something like this that you would know what to do. And you walk up and you just kind of tap the brick, and the hidden doorway just kind of dematerializes. And sure enough, in a stasis field, there is what looks to be an exact copy of Master Aelith.
What do I have to do to activate this? Do you know?
You can make an Arcana check.
I will make an Arcana check. 19.
So you know that basically, if you just turn the field off, there's a device, and with a 19, you've got it. The stasis would just kind of disappear, and that essentially activates the clone.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to wake up and be like aware enough to understand what I'm saying to him first.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna hug him and I am just gonna repeat it. You scared the shit out of me, you bastard.
So it's the clone is fully clothed and what have you. Master Aelith is an intelligent man. He knows that he doesn't want someone walking in on his his body. He looks down at you. I don't know if the body was brought this far into the chamber, but he looks down at you, hugging him. So how did I die?
Heroically. I'm sure your friends will tell you all about it later.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, but I'm sure they won't forget it.
That must have been why. Please, let's rejoin the others. And he kind of, in passing, picks up the stole, the sash, and just as it kind of like whips around, his fingers just dance through the air, and you watch as the ends knit together through his mending spell. And just as silently as he always does, walks down the stone corridor along with you, and Azidium just absolutely shaking his head.
I have questions, but they can wait.
And I feel, with the unicorn getting ready to appear, and Raelith kind of coming back into existence. I know it was only a 10 or 15 minute death scene, but I think that's a good enough spot to end on. We can pick up here next time to figure out exactly what the next plan is for a response to all of this crazy.
All right, so
I-
we'll see you all again in 3 months. Just kidding.
Right.
Dear God, I hope not.
Well, if that's the only way for me to roll well, then
So I hope all of you had fun. I hope all of you out there in viewerland enjoyed the return of our Untraditionally Arcane. We're gonna have some
Yeah.
chats online to see what the next phase of this is gonna be. And as we always say, until next time,
Stay
nerdy.
nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
nerdy.